Lesson 3, Bob and I are so excited to read the first ever book on my reading room. Can you say hi, Bob? She's a little bit shy. Today, we are going to be reading The Elephant at the Waldorf. The person that wrote the book is Anne Miranda. The Elephant at the Waldorf. At the Waldorf Astoria, one summer night, my mother and I saw a startling sight. Circus trucks pulled up and parked in a line, ignoring the noise and the no parking sign. A driver jumped out of his truck to the block. He took out a key and unlocked a big lock. He lowered a ramp and then, to our amazement, tried coaxing an elephant onto the pavement. That must have took a lot of convincing. A circus girl climbed on the elephant's back. The man snapped a whip with a crickety crack. They offered her boxes of popcorn to eat, but the elephant wouldn't step into the street. A spangled trapeze artist tickled her nose. A circus magician pulled out a rose. My mother and I gave her peanuts to try. She turned up her trunk with a sniff and a sigh. Acrobats tumbled and begged her to leave. A dwarf pulled an elephant doll from his sleeve. The ringmaster called out the elephant's name. The fire eater lit up and swallowed a flame. An upside-down clown turned around on one hand. The orchestra leader conducted the band. As a fat lady warbled her favorite ditty, the elephant sat there and watched New York City. The near-frantic head of the Waldorf Hotel locked at the clock. Then he said with a yell, "The curtain goes up 15 minutes from now." The elephant has yet to get in here somehow. We stood and we wondered what could be done when finally the trainer arrived with his son. He twirled off his cape with a whirl of his hands and bowed very deeply to greet all his sons. Now I am in charge. I can move any elephant, tiny or large. He tugged and he pulled and he ordered and shouted. He made funny faces and cried and he pouted. He tried everything he thought he could do. He tried some old tricks and a few that were new. But the trainer gave up with a minute to go. He said he was sorry and he canceled the show. Then a young boy in a tux with a tie said very quietly, "Dad, may I try?" I wonder what he's going to try. His father agreed and the elephant took his turn. He winked at the elephant. When will they learn? He patted her sweetly. "Don't stay here all night. Please, won't you come?" He was very polite. Like magic from that dark and hay-covered floor, the elephant stood up and he squeezed through the door. She raced down the ramp and then onto the street. She wiggled her ears and then reared up on 2 feet. Then offering her trunk to the doorman named Bobby, she walked up the steps into the lobby. The crowd on the sidewalk was swept with euphoria as the elephant entered the Waldorf Astoria. The rest of the circus acts hurried inside. The animal trainer applauded with pride. They did a lot of clapping. His son saved the day with a second to spare. He hugged him and kissed him and rumpled his hair. We wished we could follow them in from the street. The Waldorf Astorians were in for a treat. Imagine the circus girls sparkling and prancing in some gold ballroom and elephants dancing. Then I got to thinking. I looked at my mother. When we had the same thought as we stared at each other. We both started giggling and laughed till we cried, "How would the elephant get back inside?" Friends, I just read you guys one of my favorite books, The Elephant at the Waldorf. And I want to know, how do you think the elephant would get back inside? Oh, it looks like Bob might want to know too. So Bob and I want to know, how would the elephant get back inside the hotel? How would the elephant get back inside the hotel? What do you think? See you next time.